Cognac is not whiskey, and I'm about to tell you why. To understand these, which are distilled spirits, we have to first understand fermented spirits. Fermentation is the grandfather to distillation and really important to human history because when water was not safe, wine was. Same thing with beer. Both of these substances were considered to be the world's first superfood. To ferment, what do you need? You need water, sugar, carbon dioxide, yeast. Fermentation is simply the breakdown of a substance by a bacteria. The lovely bacteria used in most fermentation is yeast. The yeast eats the sugar and it produces effervescence and alcohol. That alcohol is essentially sterile when you produce it, and it's not going to do all the terrible things that the water could have done to you. But fermentation comes first, and that's just the yeast eating the sugar. Once we get our product, if it's made from a fruit, it's usually going to be called a wine or possibly a cider. And if it's made from a grain, it's going to be called a beer. If we want to get distilled spirits, all we have to do is take these bad boys, heat them up, cool them down, heat them up, cool them down, heat them up, cool them down. The only thing distilling is a process by which we turn the alcohol in these substances into vapors with heat. The heat rises and then we cool it back down and turn it back into a liquid. Anything that is fermented starts as a beer or a wine. Your favorite whiskey house makes a beer, but it's called the wort or the mash. Anything made from a fruit is considered a brandy. There's a whole category of brandies called eau de vie. And incidentally, eau de vie, eau, water, de, of, vie, life. That tells you how important that stuff was. From fermentation to distilling. Fermentation starts off as a beer or a wine and then is transformed into a whiskey, a brandy, a vodka, and a host of other things. So before you get here, you start here. A lot of people consider these two to be the same, but they are very different. Bourbon has to be made of at least 51% corn, made in the 50 United States and aged in charred oak barrels. Cognac must be made from grapes in the Champagne region of France. Bless you, baby. My dog just sneezed. And aged in French oak. When you first start tasting spirits, they have similarities, but as usual, I think spirits are like time. You have to measure them together to really start appreciating their differences. So we're going to taste some bourbon and some cognac today.